Am I the a-hole for refusing to move in a restaurant? Earlier today, my girlfriend and I had a few hours between classes, so we went to Nando's. When we arrived, it was completely empty apart from one other table. The guy at the host stand directed us to a big, long table with 10 or 12 chairs at it and just told us to use that table. I found it a bit odd, but figured no one was there, and it was a very quiet time of day, Monday around 12. So, my girlfriend and I ordered food, and it took about 25 minutes to arrive. Whilst we were waiting for our food, the restaurant started to get a lot busier. By this point, maybe 70% of the tables were now in use. Our food arrived, and then the waiter came up to the table and asked if my girlfriend and I would mind moving tables, as they had just had a party of 10 walk in, and none of the other tables were big enough. At this point, I had maybe had half my food, and my girlfriend was the same, so I refused to move and said we would be done shortly, as we both have classes to get back to. About a minute after this, a woman who looked like she was from an office came over and asked if I could move, as her workplace was having a staff lunch, and they needed the big table so they could sit together. I explained to her the same thing I said to the waiter, that I was seated here when the restaurant was empty, and it wasn't my choice to sit here originally, and that staff had seated my girlfriend and me here. I also explained that I had not been interrupted 2 times in 5 minutes, and that I would like to be able to finish my food, and then they could have the table. The woman repeatedly said she needed me to move, and that as a kid I should give her the table. For reference, my girlfriend and I are teens. I said that I would not be moving and went back to eating my food. The manager and the woman came back again and said the woman and her work people only had an hour for lunch, and they had already waited 10 minutes, and they needed the table back immediately. TBH, I had not finished my food yet, but my girlfriend had, so she ordered dessert on the app for us both as the manager and the woman watched, and then they both walked away in a huff. About 10 minutes later, mine and my girlfriend's desserts arrived, and the woman in her work group left as they couldn't get seated. So am I the a-hole? Edit. Just to add, the food we had ordered would have been eaten, and we would have left in 10 to 15 minutes. Whilst I get it is not ideal to have the group, it is not like we would have occupied the table for much longer. My girlfriend did only order dessert as we were getting annoyed with the situation, which I know is a slightly a-hole thing to do, but again, it felt reasonable due to the amount of disruption to our meal. Also, we asked when we were first seated to move, and the host person said it was fine, and he did not want to seat us anywhere else. Edit 2.0. When the waiter asked me to move, he came up and his exact words were, "You need to move to that table because there's a big party here and they need this table," and then pointed to a smaller table for 2. Hence my initial response / refusal to move tables.